Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. I'm on it, man. I'm on that stuff. That's why I'm all hyped up right now. But I'm coming to you from ESPN 905-925. We got a lot for you guys today. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Give you champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. Oh, yes. Bradley, how you feel, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, Book. It's been a minute since we got to step inside the Hall of Fame, since the last time you and I spoke. I mean, the Texas Rangers won the World Series. Kim Kardashian has a nipple bra. And Tony Khan made about 27 announcements. There's lots happened in since the last time we talked.
Oh, man, you heard the news. Ric Flair, too. Ric Flair made headlines, man. He's all elite. He's all elite. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. How many times have I said it? How many times have I said it, Brad?
Quite a few. Quite a few.
You already know where I'm going, right?
You're not surprised.
No. If it's a check.
Oh,
if it's a check,
somebody's gonna be there pick it up, especially Ric Flair.
If it's a check out there, man, the boys, they're gonna go pick it up. They're not gonna leave that check on the table. And if it's a Tony Khan around signing them, we know they're gonna be big. All right, they're gonna be substantial,
and they're gonna clear.
They're gonna clear as well. It's gonna be a bag. You know, we heard about the bag. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm wondering about the damn bag now.
You want the bag?
You know what I mean? Huh?
Is it going to take a big bag to keep you where you are?
You know what, man? I got a contract coming up, and I'm gonna be like Punk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like CM Punk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be looking for a big bag, man. You know, but like I said, I'm not surprised. Even I was reading, Ric Flair may want one more match in AEW. What do you think about that?
Hey, look, let's just wrap it up with Rick and Sting. Just one match, both of them. Just let it go right there.
You know what?
Same match.
You know what?
Huh?
I think that might be the perfect send-off.
Let's do it.
That might be the perfect send-off. I mean, Ric Flair, Sting, one for old time's sake. Let's go out there and, do it just one last time. You know what I mean? Let's walk that aisle one last time. Let's style and profile. Whoa! One more time. You know what I mean? Limousine riding, jet flying. Whoa! Son of a gun. One more time. You know what, man? If that was to happen, just like Ric Flair's last match, I think it had 8,000-9,000 people showed up.
At least I was one.
Yeah. You were there, right?
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. 8,000-9,000 people showed up. If Ric Flair and Sting stepped in the ring one more time, they might could sell 20,000 people, man.
Let's do it.
20,000 might want to come out and witness that spectacle just one more time.
Hey, I would love to look. Do it.
Would you pay to see it in one of these big arenas? Just one more time. Ric Flair make that walk down the aisle just one more time with a stinger one more time. Not just the crow sting. I think if you're going to do it, he got to go back to the old Sting.
Surfer.
You know what I mean?
Flat top.
Buzz cut. You know what I mean?
Whoa! It'd have to be
all of that.
It'd have to be a pretty close buzz cut. I don't think it'd have the same height that it had before. You know what I mean?
They got that stuff that can spike you, though, right? Spike it. You know what I mean?
What I think is funny, we've been doing this show for 7 years, and you still haven't figured out what vibrate mode is.
Man, I just forget to put it on sometime, man. I just forget to put it on.
He still doesn't know.
Look here, I'm a businessman. All right, I got calls coming in all the time. All times of the night. You know what I mean? Because people don't just be calling, from Houston, or Dallas. You know what I mean? California. They be calling from Japan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Asia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Germany, out places like that. I got somebody calling me, man. They trying to get with me though, but I'm gonna have to get back with them. They're
gonna have to wait till after the show, yo. They're gonna have to wait till after the show. Lots been going on, BT. So much. I mean, you coming off 2 weeks of Halloween Havoc. Like we said, we had Ric Flair who signed to AEW. There's a premium live event this weekend in Saudi Arabia that we need to talk about. But I really want to get your take on it. I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. Have you heard about the nipple bra? And people want to know, what is your take on the nipple bra? Have you seen this?
No, but I want to see it.
Okay, so for people who don't know, I got to find this because I got to pull it up. Kim Kardashian launched a new product for her Skims line, and it's called a nipple bra. And I'm trying to see if I can find the video footage so you could see the actual nipple bra in place. But it's meant to be, let's see here. Is this it right here? Yeah, here is the, this is from Access Hollywood. This is the nipple bra. I just want to show you part of it here so you can react to it in real time because people want to know what you think of this.
Introducing a brand new bra with a built-in nipple. So no matter how hot it is, you'll always look cold.
Kim Kardashian woke up and said, "Free the nipple." On Friday, the 43-year-old launched Skims' ultimate
there it is.
push-up.
So it's a bra there with a nipple built into it.
Yeah.
So you always look like it's chilly in the atmosphere.
Hey man, look, I'm not opposed to the nipple bra. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. But it's gonna be a lot of people disappointed. A lot of brothers gonna be disappointed when they, take the bra off and the big nipple out there. You know what I mean? A lot of men want the big nipple. They don't want the little nipple. You know what I mean? They're gonna be actually searching and looking and wanting to, perhaps, touch the big nipple. You know what I mean? But so if the big nipple is not there, it's gonna be a problem. She could be creating problems all over the world.
Well, Halloween Havoc. She's creating Halloween Havoc with the nipple bra.
No, but I like the idea. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. You know what I mean?
It's pleasing to the eye.
It is very, very pleasing to the eye, but it could be starting something. It's like this BBL, man. This BBL, people going crazy with the BBL. And I thought the BBL was something that was kind of like in the past. I thought we were kind of getting past it, but it seemed like, man, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. No pun intended.
It's a huge wave, but some of them they don't get it done right. I saw 50 Cent was cutting up on Madonna the other night because it looks like Madonna may have had the BBL done, but
yeah, man, I heard Madonna. Was telling me, baby, have you seen Madonna's BBL? And I go, no, I haven't seen it yet. You know what I mean? I'll look it up. But I heard hers when my thing is this: Madonna's 65 years old. What she need a big ass for? Can you tell me that? Can you please tell me what does Madonna need?
Well, you got to stop the show now.
Is she going to the hood? She looking for some brothers or what?
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Look, she's dipped that way before, right? She was with Pac, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think she was with Pac and maybe Ray J or somebody. Maybe
I hope not Ray J.
Nick Cannon, maybe.
Oh man, she was with somebody. I'll find out. She was also with Warren Beatty. She's really gone the spectrum there.
No, but can you tell me what she need with the BBL?
I can't imagine.
I'm just trying to figure this out. Is she at home looking in the mirror saying, check this out? It's like me at 70 finding a pair of my old trunks and sliding them on and going to Charmel and saying, baby, how do I look? You know what I mean? How do you think you look? You're 70 years old. You know what I mean? Get out of here. I just don't get it, man. That's vague.
I went to Google and I Googled who has Madonna dated, and there's a pool of them, and it actually says click here to expand. So I had
Bunch of brothers. How many
we,
brothers?
we got a few. Okay, we have a few. Tupac is listed. We have, let's see, there was Michael Jackson.
See, the thing is, when
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman might have, Dennis might have, yeah, okay, that might be where the BBL come in at.
For Dennis.
Yeah.
She got it for her. Dennis got it for him.
She got to be on the prowl. You know what I mean? To actually go and do something like that, though.
Trying to get something. She's trying to make something happen.
Donna's not married, is she?
No, she's not.
No.
I think she's perennial.
Yeah, that's what it is. She trying to find some youngster out there that's ready to do a little something. Yeah, that's what it is. I ain't mad at her though. I'm not mad at Madonna for still trying to keep herself looking right. That's what this life's all about. You know what I mean? You got a woman, you want to stay looking right, stay looking tight. You know what I mean? Baby, get in the gym. You know what I mean? You don't need to be sitting around eating that. You know what I mean? I mean, you want your lady to actually get in there, put the work in. So for me, I ain't got to worry about that, man. Charmel, she in the gym every morning at 5 a.m. Seriously, bro. Own it. You know what I mean? Working hard, grinding all my life. You know what I mean? Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, gotta roll the dice. All my life, grinding all my life. Oh, yes. We got to take a break, man. Stick around, you're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. All you super chatters out there, man. All you super chatters, want to thank you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Big contest going down for the big drawing. Going to be held. When do we say we're going to do that drawing, Brad?
So I think next Thursday's show is going to be your deadline, and we'll make the announcement the Monday after.
Yeah, for you to win a trip to reality of wrestling going down in December. That's what, December 2nd.
December
2nd is going down. You win a free trip to reality of wrestling. All expenses paid. Pretty much. Flight, hotel, pickup, drop off.
There's no per diem though. You're not getting a.
You know what? I might even throw a $50 per diem in.
Whoa, man! Look at you, book.
Yeah. I might throw $50 in there. For the brother can eat something good. Hang out with the boys over at Time Out after the show. Get a chance to mix and mingle with all the road talent and whatnot. You're gonna become an official member of reality of wrestling, whoever wins this thing, man. So we're looking forward to doing this on a regular basis, giving back to our listeners that have brought the Hall of Fame so far, man. I want to thank you guys for bringing us so far. Our YouTube channel right now, we're heading towards 800,000 subscribers. And guys, you did that. You did that. And we appreciate you.
Man, 800,000, just an insane number. I mean, out of all the wrestling channels on there, I mean, we're in the top 10.
Look, man, look. I'm trying to catch up with David Pacman. All right, Pacman on his way to 2 million. That's what we try to do. We serious about what we're doing here, guys. We're not just talking about wrestling. We're not just talking about boxing, MMA. We're trying to talk about life and what it takes to make it through this thing called life, because life is the hardest thing you're gonna have to deal with in life. So yeah, that's my thing.
Well, there you have it. And you know what? We're looking forward to announcing a winner to one lucky person. The way that you enter is you just give us a super chat during the show. I collect all the names. We're going to put all the names in a hat, shake that some gun up, and we'll pick one of them to come to the Hall of Fame. To the Reality Wrestling's Christmas Chaos, which is going on December 2nd. And we need to remind everybody, next Saturday, where we're also observing Veterans Day, we will have the Reality of Wrestling live from the Row Arena.
Yeah, we're going to have a veteran from the ring inside the building, Mr. Hughes.
That's right.
He's going to be coming to Reality Wrestling. He's going to be doing a seminar on that Friday, and the show is going to be on that Saturday. So the first is going to be a seminar, Mr. Hughes, starting sometime that evening, probably around 5. And then the show is going to be on Saturday. So, guys, come on out. Don't get shut out. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Mr. Hughes, a guy that I watched when I was coming up, he actually got in the business slightly before I did. He was one of the brothers that I used to actually watch and say, man, this dude is good. People really don't give Mr. Hughes the credit I think he really deserves. Maybe, I don't know, because he didn't make it to world championship level. I don't know. But this guy was really, truly one of the best workers of that time. Perhaps one of the most underrated wrestlers of that time. So for me to be able to, throw Mr. Hughes a bone and let him come down to reality of wrestling and be a part of our crew, it's been something that's pretty special for me. I've been working on doing this for like about, I don't know, almost a year now. Just COVID came and everything broke down, but now we're going to finally get it done.
Yeah, man. Mr. Hughes, I know, had a run in the World Wrestling Federation there in the mid 90s, I believe. And, like you said, he's a veteran of the ring. I just remember originally it was going to be Mr. Hughes was going to be paired with Triple H. They were going to be a team, right? Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing because of that. I'm laughing because of the stories I heard about Mr. Hughes. I mean, he was an awesome worker. Like I say, one of the best workers of their time. And I say, maybe why did Mr. Hughes really get his just due? I heard Mr. Hughes had like a sleeping problem, okay? And he could go to sleep as he's on the apron, waiting for the tag. I'm serious. I think that might have been the problem.
Look, no, that can't be the problem. You know why? Because Vince would have made it his gimmick. You do what? Damn it. Let's make it a gimmick. You're the sleeping wrestler.
You might
You're
be right
Mr.
about
Sandman.
No, I'm serious. I've heard stories of Mr. Hughes going to sleep, at ringside. I don't know, maybe because the match was maybe not that good of a match. I don't know. But that's what I heard. But as far as a worker go, man, that dude, he was really, really good. And to bring him to reality of wrestling. Every guy, he has a school down in Atlanta, Georgia. And every guy that Mr. Hughes has sent our way, every girl that he's sent our way, they've known every inch of that square circle. So my guys to get a chance to sit under the learning tree for a few hours, it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there's several over the years that have come through. I believe he trained Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah.
I believe Kiera Hogan. Again,
Yeah.
our own Aiden Cristiano started over there, I believe. And so, Hughes has had a lot of great talent over the years, and way more than the ones I just named. So we're excited for him to come in, BT. Again, that is going to be on 11/11. That's next Saturday if you're here in the Houston, Texas area. Definitely if you're listening to us on ESPN 975-925, we appreciate it. And we hope to see you out there next Saturday. But a lot's been going on, Book. Just a whole lot. I guess we could go back to a second. I wanted to ask you more about Flair being in AEW. They announced today, not only is he with the company, he's not just there on a per appearance deal. He has now signed a multi, that means more than one, more than two, multi-year deal with AEW. And Rick, to have a contract like that, a multi-year contract here at the I don't want to say twilight of his career, but obviously I don't think he was going around looking for another run or anything. But I saw him do an interview. He said that he has a new energy drink coming out.
Yeah.
Or it might be out already, called Woo Energy. And he reached out to Tony and was like, hey, I think could they maybe be a sponsor of the show or something like that? And those conversations evolved to, would you like to come in? And Flair was like, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. And now Flair's a part of it.
There's a lot of value left in Ric Flair, man. I mean, just his image alone. He's doing so many things right now. At the age he is, he's still like Ric Flair. He may be the oldest guy in wrestling that still walked through the airport. No wheelchair, no walker, none of that. Bro, he pack up. You know what I mean? He ain't getting on with the senior citizens. That's not Ric Flair. I'm serious, man. I remember the conversation I had. I told you I had with Ric Flair around WrestleMania one time, and Ric Flair told me that he would never retire. I'm never going to retire. Never going to quit. and I believe him. I believe him because this is who he is, man. This is what he does, and then to bring that brand to AEW, it's gonna help those guys. It's gonna help them a whole lot. And one thing that Ric Flair does also, he's like Trump, like the way Trump used to be. You know what I mean? As far as cool. Everybody wanted him to be a part of their brand. Everybody wanted to talk about him on rap songs, stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think you could actually make the argument that he replaced Trump in that hip hop lane.
No. I mean,
right?
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump used to be that guy where everybody
every rapper would name drop him.
Exactly. Now Ric Flair is that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where Bad Bunny. Everybody wanted to.
Ric Flair drip with
exactly,
Migos.
They want to be a part of Ric Flair and what he's going on. So my thing is, man, it's gonna help those guys a whole lot. And for me, Ric Flair, he's another one, man. He's another one, just like Sting. Should never retire. Should never retire. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Sit at home, get old? You know what I mean? I mean, Ric Flair is a guy that's gonna run until the wheels fall off. And for him to be around those young guys, bro, that's only gonna, motivate him even more. So for me, I'm glad to see him do it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely keep him young, keep him going, and like you said, there's so much juice left to squeeze out of Ric Flair. And if you ask Rick, hey, watch my match, can you think of like very few people on the planet that you'd rather get feedback from than maybe the guy who's the greatest to ever do it?
Well, I don't think Ric Flair's gonna be watching those guys' matches or anything like that.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't he?
I don't think. Trust me.
If somebody asked Rick, "Will you watch my match?" You don't think he'd watch?
Ric Flair's not going to be there watching those guys' matches.
He'll watch some matches.
That's not why Ric Flair is going to be in that company. He's not going to be someone sitting at the monitor critiquing somebody jump off something. That's just not Ric Flair. I mean, because he's well disconnected from the way the work is done in the ring today. That's just my opinion on that. But as far as being able to bring name recognition to AEW, or when people see his name on the ballyhoo, see his picture on the ballyhoo and whatnot, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's huge. That's huge. And Ric Flair, for him to have a multi-year deal,
yeah,
that's insurance, bro. That's all it is. And for me, I hope that I'm in, as good a shape as Ric Flair when I get that age, and I can get me a deal like that. Seriously. That's just the way of life. Seriously, it really is. Big ups to Ric Flair.
Big, huge ups. Woo! And I got to try some of this Woo Energy. I like me a good energy drink. Have you tried the Woo Energy?
No, I haven't, but I tried some of his other product.
Is Woo Wings? That's what you must mean.
Say what?
The wings. The Woo Wings. You had the Woo Wings?
No, I didn't get the Woo Wings.
Okay. You didn't get the Woo Wings. No Woo Wings? No Woo Energy? Not much left out there.
Well, he's got a lot. Okay, let's just say that. But no, he definitely blessed me, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, I think we got to take a break. According to my clock.
Got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I was just pulling up some numbers here in the break, and went back to last month, actually. Impact Wrestling drew 134,000 viewers on Access, and just imagine this. If CM Punk was to go into Impact Wrestling, and Impact Wrestling numbers were to go up exponentially. Say, for instance, this 134 turns into 500K. Okay? That's a hell of a bargaining chip, right? It's a hell of a bargaining chip to be able to really capitalize off, even from a money standpoint, with a company like TNA. If the numbers are like that, I'm sure the higher up's going to say, "Hey, man, we got something here. We may be back in this race." So I really do see CM Punk going to someone like like Impact, TNA, and perhaps making that company, look a little bit better. And I think that right there, that three-way race will really throw a monkey wrench in things, almost like the Democrats and the Republicans and the Independents. How much would that take away from AEW's fan base?
One of the big parties. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Right?
It'd be interesting to see.
That's very interesting, right?
I mean, I know he was backstage at the Chicago Impact tapings. So
I heard he was at Bound for Glory as well, right?
Yeah, I think that was in Chicago, I believe.
Okay, yeah, somewhere around Chicago.
Or somewhere in the area. So, you know what? I mean, look, it could happen. Stranger things have happened in this business, Booker. You and I both know that. So we'll see what lies ahead for CM Punk. I did want to jump into a little Halloween Havoc, and we have a bunch of Super Chats still to get to, but I do want to talk a little bit about Halloween Havoc that was going on at NXT. But I feel like before we move to it, I have to play you something that was sent to us on X. I don't know if you saw this, but we were tagged in a what do you call it? It's not a tweet anymore. We were tagged in
X.
We were tagged in an X, and somebody did what we said should be done, and they altered the music of an NXT superstar to make it more apropos for the moment. This is the Booker T version of the Trick Williams theme song. Have you heard this yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, so this is the Booker T version of the Trick Williams theme song.
Ducky, quack, quack.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. King of the ad-libs, man. King of the ad-libs. Jeezy would be proud of me, man. I'm telling you, boy. Jeezy, big up to Jeezy, man.
I like it.
Oh, yeah, man.
And they put the whoop that trick in there. I mean, look, this needs to be the music. WWE, hey, NXT, I know you're listening.
You know what? Trick Williams, that's my boy, man. Can't wait to see him move to that next level and really make a splash in this business. But I really feel like he's doing it the right way as far as just buying his time. And when he go out, I always tell him, look, man, don't worry about your time off, all right? Take your time off. But when the camera's on, when the red light's on, go out there and shine. That's all you got to do. Make sure you get about 200 push-ups and slap on a whole lot of baby oil and get to the ring. That's all you got to do. You going to get over, baby. You know what I mean? You going to get over.
Very simple. That's all you got to do, Trick. Simple. But what did you think, man? Halloween Havoc, I thought was an awesome show. There's a few things that stood out. I think Lyra Valkyria beating Becky Lynch did caught me by surprise, but didn't catch me by surprise. What'd you think of that main event and that title swap?
You know, Becky's definitely got to get back to work. Of course, she's had a great run in NXT. I like the stuff that they're doing with NXT as far as bringing in the major guns and really creating something, giving talent like Lyra Valkyria the rub. I always talk about being able to work with talent like that, like a Becky Lynch. That experience that you're going to just like, Roxanne working with Asuka, that experience, that wealth of knowledge that you're going to take away from working with, people like that. You can't learn that in a wrestling school or anything like that. That's what we call on the job training. And one thing about this young talent, I talk to them about it all the time as far as, they're working each other and they go out and they do their routines. But when they work someone like that, it's something that's totally different. It's a light bulb moment. It's an eye-opening experience. But it's not something that I think you want to, keep the ball rolling on because, Again, you don't want the talent to be overshadowed by a Becky Lynch. We need that young star to be a Lyra Valkyria that those young kids out there looking at that can aspire to be a Lyra Valkyria, a young person, just like them. So everything works with each other, having this kind of talent on the show. But I thought it was the right move. I thought it was a hell of a match. I thought it was a hell of a finish. And for Becky to give Lyra that endorsement, man, that is huge, man. That is so freaking huge. I can only imagine how Lyra felt just going back to, her room and just thinking about that when nobody else is around. That's a moment, man. That's a moment that you just might get in the shower and just let the water run on you and you don't even move for an hour. That's that kind of moment because, it's history, something that perhaps you never saw happening in a million years, and boom, it happened. It's like, getting a lottery ticket. It's like your dream coming true that perhaps you never had. One of those type of deals. So I loved it.
I thought it was awesome, and I love the build up to it the whole night. We had all the Irish fans, weighing in on social, and you saw the pub out there in the UK. Someone had their Becky shirts on, some had their Lyra shirts on. Halloween Havoc overall was great. I want to give a big shout out to Shotzi and Scarlett. They were great hosts. And
good job.
But at the conclusion though, what do we think of that? You know what? Jade Cargill. It seems as though NXT might be where she first lands. What have you heard? You're an insider. What do you know, Book?
I'm not an insider. The way I saw that was she was there to watch Becky Lynch. She was just getting some insight, information, some downloading, some knowledge, as far as, what am I to expect, perhaps when I step in the ring with the man Becky Lynch. That's the way I saw it. I didn't see it as far as her, making a move as far as, man, I got to go in there and take on the NXT. I didn't see it that way at all. I just saw, I saw Jay Cargill. I don't know if you noticed, man, I had on a nice suit.
Oh, the suit was great. Yes.
I made sure I wore a nice suit because I heard Jay Cargill might be in the building. Okay. So I think everything worked out. I think it worked out just fine.
Did you get to chat with Jade?
I don't want to give out any insider information just yet.
Okay. Well, you had on your Sunday's best, and so did she. Might I say?
Yeah. She's a big man. She's a monster too, dog.
Yeah.
She is a monster.
Jacked.
I mean, that's the first time I got a chance to see her up close and personal like that. And I swear, man, her legs are so big. I mean, she's jacked. She is a specimen. So man. Oh yeah. That's all I can say about that.
When you think about Halloween Havoc, this is the second one that you've called for the NXT brand. I think it's the third one they've done, third or fourth. When you think about Halloween Havoc back in the day, do you remember any of your Halloween Havoc matches?
Vic was reminding me about some of the stuff I did. I had a few, magical moments at Halloween Havoc, and then to go back and look at it, but it wasn't one of those things to where I thought about Halloween Havoc back then as far as it being, a special time, for me or anything like that. So it wasn't like on my radar or anything before Vic actually, made me aware of, the moments that I had at Halloween Havoc. When I think about Halloween Havoc more than anything, I think about Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about Halloween Havoc and War Games and a lot of those pay-per-views in WCW, I think about Dusty a whole lot. I think more than anything. So I think that would be my one thought when you think about Halloween Havoc.
Can I just, so the first Halloween Havoc, you were on 4 or 5 of them, but the first one you were ever a part of was 1994 Halloween Havoc. And I just want to read this card because it doesn't even seem like a real event when you think about the names that were on there and the kind of matches that were going on. You wrestled in the opening match against Brad Armstrong. I don't know. Oh, no, I mean, excuse me, Brian Armstrong, which is, of course, Road Dogg. I don't know if you remember that at all.
What year was that?
This is 94.
Okay.
You were wrestling singles. Your brother was at ringside, according to the
What was that show at? What was that show at? Did it say?
The show, yes, it does. The show was in Detroit, Michigan, at the Joe Louis Arena.
I remember that match. I remember that match vividly because I was working Brian Armstrong, and it was his last match before he went to the WWF. And it was a spot to where I had him in a rear chin lock, and the crowd went crazy, and I'm wondering what the hell this crowd's going crazy for in a real chin lock. And I turned my head, and Muhammad Ali is walking down the aisle, and I'll go, oh my God, Muhammad Ali is walking down the aisle. And Brian goes, turn me around, let me see. So I turned him around, and we watched Muhammad Ali walk to his seat, and then we was in awe, and then we go, okay, let's go. After Muhammad Ali took his seat.
It's just awesome.
We didn't move from that position until Muhammad Ali took his seat.
Oh man,
I remember that so vividly. That one night, that Halloween Havoc, as well as I got a big win.
You got a huge win against Brian Armstrong. I know we have to take a break, but I do want to talk about this card if I can run it down. But I think we're on a break time, right?
Stick around, y'all. We're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com and use promo code and receive your first month absolutely free, man. Visit BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
Hey guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section in row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, bro.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Booker for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price guaranteed. Oh, yes. Hey, what's up? This Booker T, and winter is here, and you know what that means. Trying to stay comfortable while you sleep. Well, I've got something exciting for you.
That's right, Book. We've recently discovered a game changer for a good night's sleep. It's called Miracle Made, and it has its new product, the silver-infused bed sheets inspired by NASA.
Yeah, these sheets are no ordinary sheets, guys. They've got self-cooling properties that keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, thanks to NASA-inspired technology.
And here's the kicker. They're self-cleaning too. Infused with silver, these sheets prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them fresh and clean 3 times longer than regular sheets. So that means no more gross odors. Plus, they're all about comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the crazy price tag of other luxury brands. Trust me, Book, they feel as nice, if not nicer, than the sheets used by some 5-star hotel.
And just in time for the holidays, guys, these Miracle Sheets make perfect gift for your loved one. And who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious bed sheets? And guess what, guys? You get 3 free towels with your purchase. But wait, there's more. These sheets are designed with your skin in mind. No more sleeping on bacteria that can clog your pores. You don't want that. Sleep clean with Miracle.
Yeah, so here's the deal, listeners. Go to TryMiracle.com/Booker to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And guess what? You will save over 40%.
Do it! And don't forget, guys, if you use the promo code at your checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and an extra 20% off.
And if that wasn't great, here's the best part. Miracle stands behind their product with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund from Miracle Made.
Hey guys, upgrade with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Booker and use the promo code Booker and claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. TryMiracle.com/Booker. Treat yourself or a loved one this holiday season to a gift of better sleep. Don't wait. Try Miracle Made today. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, along with my man Brad Gilmore here inside the Hall of Fame with the 5 minutes of fame. Very, very special guest, the winner of the breakout tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lola Vice.
There you go, Book.
Hola.
How you doing, Lola?
Hi, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be with the Hall of Famer, and I'm super excited.
Man, you should be excited. You're coming off, the biggest win of your young career, the women's breakout tournament. We've seen what the tournament has done for Roxanne Perez, one of my students.
Yes,
she's definitely,
I faced her too.
I said, put the rocket on you, you're about to go straight to the moon, but now you're inside the 5 minutes of fame. And I just want to, go back to when it first started for you. when you was a little bitty girl. What was a young little girl like Lola Vice? What were you doing and what were you thinking?
So my life has never been normal. My father has owned a taekwondo academy in Miami for 35 years. And my mom is a teacher. She was also a dancer. But my dad was also a stunt actor back in the day, so he used to do the fight scenes for the movies. But he always wanted me and my sisters to be martial artists. He basically trained us like men. Like if we
Wow.
were and we had a dream of going to the Olympics. My mom was actually pregnant with me while doing her black belt test, so I was kicking in the womb. This is facts. But also at the same time, my mom wanted me to be feminine and elegant and decide what I wanted for my life. So I was extremely in taekwondo and I was extremely in dance, and I did both at the same time. I remember like being little and having my ballet tights and my leotard under my taekwondo uniform and black belt, and I would go from sparring straight to dance. So I always learned how to do
Wow.
both.
Wow. Amazing.
Well, yeah, and then you transition into being an MMA fighter, and I guess my question is this: for you, MMA, what did it teach you that has helped you in your pro wrestling journey?
Well, so the story is I actually got into MMA when I saw Ronda Rousey do it, because Ronda really opens the doors for young female fighters like me to step in. If it weren't for her willpower, I would have never been able to do what I loved then. So I saw Ronda doing it, and my mom was sick at the time. She had cancer, but she survived it. I was like, this is how I'm going to get my family out. So I knew my family trained me intense, unlike any other girl. So I knew I could do it if I put my mind to it. But in that world, I learned you know, to trust my gut and to believe in myself, because at first people saw me very feminine and they didn't think I could actually do it in a cage. So at first it was just proving everyone wrong. And then I was like, wow, I'm proving myself right. And my work ethic matches, my performances. And then also in MMA, I learned how to brand myself and not only show myself as a fighter, but show my personality. So I would knock the girls out, I would do my dance. But all of that was organic and just true to me and what I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah, speaking of life, that combat life, it's a lot of bumps and bruises. A lot of bumps and bruises, and you're a beautiful girl. You're a beautiful
Thank
girl.
you.
What is it like actually after one of those knockdown drag outs to where you are puffed up, where your eye is black and your lip is
Yeah.
swollen, and you wake up that next day? Talk to me about that.
Yep. Well, honestly, the training of MMA was actually more difficult than the actual fight. The cutting weight and the fight camp is intense part. But I have 25 stitches in this eye. Uh, I
Wow.
have bruises all over my body. I would wear like dresses and try to look pretty and take my pictures, but I was always banged up. I have cauliflower in my ears, and I knew it was like a sacrifice I needed to make to get to where I wanted to be in my life and prove myself that I don't just care about my looks. I truly wanted to be a fighter. But now I could truly be myself and like be my feminine self, because MMA was very gory. And I think a lot of people want to say they're fighters, but they've never actually experienced what that is, going through eating disorders, going through fight camps, losing 25 pounds in 3 weeks to make a weight, wearing those plastic bags, almost passing out in saunas constantly. I've been doing this since I was 11, 12 years old. And I think all of that made me very strong to endure this world that I started with the WWE.
Wow. Awesome.
Man, wow. Well, but making the transition into WWE, obviously now you're the breakout star in NXT,
I
and
am.
and the name is Lola Vice, which I think is Booker has always told me since I've known him, you got to have a championship name. If you're gonna be somebody, you got to have a championship name. Lola Vice is already established as a championship name. What is the origins of the name itself? Where did that idea come from for Lola Vice?
So Lola, actually my sister and I, since we were little, we had an inside joke. Like our Cuban nail lady, her name was Lola. And we would always like, oh, I'm Lola and you're Nina. And we would play around like that. And when it came to the time to like decide my name, I was like, I like Lola because it's Hispanic but easy for everyone to pronounce, and I feel like it goes with me. And then Vice was because inspired by the Miami Vice series back in the 80s. I'm born and raised in Miami. I come from a family of Cuban immigrants, and the Miami Vice colors and the Vice is just who I am at a heart. And I know that if I could really relate to something, I could translate that in the ring. And it's works for me. And I love my name now. I actually prefer it more than Valerie.
Awesome. I listen, in the air tonight, and that's when I was first was looking at Miami Vice back in the day, and I remember Crockett saying the Tubbs, this is Miami, pal. Well, you got to know the play. You got to know the players. You got to have a program down here.
Yes.
Another amateur.
Yes. I actually get a lot of
That's
inspiration for
another
that
quote
for my
from that movie,
promos.
man. It's so freaking stupid, right? You're all players, Sonny.
You're all players, Sonny.
I used to
My
love it.
dad loves to say that.
Oh man, I remember talking to you one day at the PC, and it was after I spoke about you on the Hall of Fame, and I was talking about how Lola Vice seemed to be like picking this up like crazy. It seemed like she's well advanced, more so than just jumping into the business. It seemed like the intangibles of getting in the ring, and I remember you telling me, I'm going to be the best at this. You know what I mean? And, where did that come from, and what is it going to take for you to be the best in the WWE? And I'm not just talking about at NXT. I'm talking about the main roster. I'm
Yes.
talking about WrestleMania moments. What is it going to take for Lola Vice to get to that point?
Well, I speak that way because number one, I know my work ethic matches my words. And I think a lot of people say I'm going to be the best, but they don't put in the work. And I do that. So I know every time I step in that ring, I'm confident because I'm extremely prepared more than anyone else. But I think a big part of this business is being reliable, being able to perform at all times, being able to adapt. And I think everything that my life has thrown at me, I've been able to overcome it. I actually perform better under pressure, under the big lights. In MMA, my first professional debut, and people don't understand this. I was 20 years old. My professional debut was in the Mohegan Sun Arena, pay-per-view, no shin guards for the first time in my life, first round knockout. My second fight in MMA was in the Madison Square Garden. So this is something that I know that if I put in the work, as soon as I get there, I'm gonna perform. And here in the WWE is no different. Every time I go in there, I give it 100%. My work ethic, I'm there every single day. I still haven't taken a day off. I haven't taken a vacation. I'm completely committed to this, and I am going to be the best female sports entertainer in the history of the WWE.
Boom! We were just talking about John Cena and all of those qualities that you just mentioned. John Cena, he had all of those qualities, and the one more
I
so than
love John Cena.
me too. The one more so than most, that they got to be able to trust you to be able to get all of
Yeah.
that done, and I really feel like you got all the ability to
But I do
actually.
have to earn that though, and I do understand that. Like I'm earning that trust, but I'm willing to do that every single time I'm given an opportunity.
Well, that's what it's all about. Taking those opportunities, and no matter what that opportunity is, go out there and make it the best. I always said, like my brother told me, no matter what the job is, you do the job to the best of your ability to whatever's next comes along, and that's what I
Mhm.
really, really see with Lola Vice. I'm gonna tell you right now, you definitely about to get the rocket put on you after winning that tournament. You're about to go straight to the
Thank
moon. I
you.
always talk about the nebula, baby, all the way out there in the stratosphere, man. And you do
I love
bring.
your tag team, by the way. Harlem Heat.
Hey
I love
man,
it.
we was like Lola Vice. We used to bring that hot Cholula green and put it
Uh-huh.
on
The
the regular.
spiciness.
Yeah, that spice, man, and put it on a regular basis. But in parting, what do you want to leave the fans with? What do you want to tell the fans about Lola Vice before we let you get up out of the Hall of Fame?
Well, Lola Vice, has been through a lot in her life, but she never backs down. She doesn't fear anyone. She always has a lot of passion. And not only am I representing myself, but I'm representing a whole culture of young Latinas like me that I've opened. I'm actually the first Cuban American woman in history to sign here. So
Wow.
there's so many young girls in Miami. When I go back home, they're like, Lola, Lola. And it just means so much to me that they're all doing my little dances because my mission in this world is to represent women. And you can be beautiful, you can be badass, you can fight in a cage, and anything you put your mind to, you can make it happen if you believe in yourself.
Oh yeah, man. I love it, man. I love it. I really want to thank you for giving me some time and stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your 5 minutes of fame. And I can't
Yes.
wait to see the rise of Lola Vice. It's already started, but I'm gonna tell you, I see great things in your future. And again, thank you for stepping inside the Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me for having me here, and I'm looking forward to continue working with you and seeing you
Awesome.
Tuesdays, and everything from here on. We're going up.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, baby. Oh yes. Hey man, where we at, man? Do we need to take any super chats right now? What?
Yeah, we do need to take super chats, but I actually want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors of the Hall of Fame podcast. I want to give a shout out to Game Time. I actually used the Game Time app recently to make a purchase for a show coming to town, and man, it's actually a phenomenal app. Like you can actually see, as we say in the ad, right where you're buying the tickets, so you know what the view is. You kind of know where you're sitting there. And then they'll tell you like, hey, this is right now, this is the best deal for the price. You can get it at this price. If you wait to this time, it's going to go up to this. I mean, it's a really cool app, the way that they have it laid out. And I don't see myself using anything else. I've used other ones before. I won't like say their names, but a lot of times it's all these fees. Like it says the ticket's $40, right? And by the time you get the checkout, it's like, why am I paying $90 for a $40 ticket?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate the transparency of the app. They did a really good job, and I'm glad that they're a sponsor of the show. Really am. Because the man, Chris Tucker's coming to town this week.
Awesome, man. I love to see Chris Tucker. Always one of the funny guys, man. Always make you laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the greats. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, Book, we do have a bunch of super chats, so you want to dive into a few of them right now?
Do it.
All right, this first one comes from
Super Chat.
We're going to take Alex Cosentino first. This is what he said. Book, Maven said you used to kick his ass at golf. Stevie, that's true? Okay. Stevie Richards said you never knew his name, but he put you over big. And Renee said, I'm assuming Renee Dupree, said you used to yell, "Is Doreen in the building?" when people were chanting boring.
Yeah.
Okay, all that's true? Okay, can we talk to this?
I used to beat up Maven all the time on the golf course, man. Every time I used to see him, I used to tell him, work on your game. Work on your game. That's the only thing I used to say to Maven. Stevie Richards, that's not true that I didn't know his name. But I do remember we was having a match, and Stevie Richards was in the match, and I do remember explaining some stuff in the match, and I was like, okay, you're going to do this in the match, and then every time I would go to Stevie, I would go, and this guy, he's going to do such and such, and then I go back, and then I go back to Stevie again. I go, and this guy, he's going to do such and such and such and such. And then he stopped me right in the middle of it. He goes, wait a minute, guys. Book. You don't even know my name, do you? And I go, Stevie Richards, right? He goes, yeah. I go, well, I know your name. That was a running joke. I did know Stevie Richards' name, and the Doreen thing was definitely one of the things I used to say on a regular basis.
What is that? What is that from? Is Doreen in the building? Because they're saying boring.
Doreen, Danny Doring was a name of a wrestler back in the day. You know what I mean? So instead of just saying, boring, I used to say, Doring. Yes.
Is Doreen in the building? Well, first of all, I have more on this. So, you and Maven worked, yeah? Y'all would work each other, huh? I'm sure y'all had matches.
We may have worked once, maybe. I don't know. We don't have too much history together.
What'd you think of Maven as a talent? Because for me, I was invested in him because I watched Tough Enough on MTV. So when he was Tough Enough, I was like, oh man, I saw this guy's journey, and I thought he had a good look.
You know what? I don't really think I ever really worked Maven. If I did, it had to be a job match or something like that. But as far as the talent go, I mean, he'll tell you himself. He was green. He was trying to learn the business, trying to fit in at the same time. He'll tell you he made some mistakes along the way. At the same time, as far as when he should have been in the ring, working on his craft. He was somewhere probably in the locker room, messing off or whatever. He'll tell you that. Um, as far as a guy that I thought had what it took to perhaps make it, I really thought Maven, he had the look, he had the body. I think the one thing
drop kick.
the one thing that worked against him was he looked too much like The Rock.
A little, yeah.
I think that look he had just didn't work because we already had a guy that looked like that. I think that was his biggest problem.
So, as far as you and Maven's working relationship, I do see 2 times that y'all worked with each other. One, y'all were against each other on the December 21st Raw from 2001. And then you actually tagged with Maven. You probably have zero memory of this. This is a Raw from 2003. It was you and Maven versus Mark Henry and Matt Hardy. When you talk about the most random match I could ever think of, you and Maven as a tag?
I don't know what that was. Put the brothers together. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can recreate all of them.
Sorry, I'm playing.
Looking at your work. Nah, man, I don't remember. Like there again, I always talk about wrestling. If it didn't mean something to me, if it was just a match like that, random, I was just doing my job. It's just like, Denzel Washington probably has done so many roles throughout his career. I'm sure he doesn't remember all of them until somebody comes and say, hey, man, you remember such and such and such and such like you're doing right now. So that's just one of those occasions.
I got to show a part of this, though, just for a second of you and Maven, because you're kicking the hell out of this man.
I'm sure I beat the hell out of him.
What did this man do to you? This is you and Maven from the 2001 Raw at the end of the year. Look at these knee thrusts. Just beating that. Look at him. Boom. Just bam.
I was over, man. That's the thing, man. When you over, you go out there and get your stuff in. You don't mess around.
You're like, I hope you brought your working boots. Okay, little comeback coming. Comeback.
Come on. I'm telling him right there. Come on.
Oh, he about to get it right now. Bam. Oh.
Bam. Oh, I missed. That's a drop kick you was talking about.
He has a pretty drop kick. Look at
it. That's about it. That's about it. All right, kid, you got your spot in.
All right, I gave you a little shine. That's all you're getting.
That's all you're going to get.
You hit one drop kick. You swatted the second one. Did you see that? You swatted the second drop kick. Watch this. He hits you with the drop kick. You sell for him. You try to go for the little side kick, reversal, and then he's going to hit you with that drop kick. Bam! Beautiful. Great sell by you, by the way. Now watch this. You just swat him out of there.
Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
I'll take one. I'm not taking two.
Got one in. You can't be trying to get another one.
I've never seen somebody swat a drop kick out of the air. That's a first for me.
The thing is, like I said, I don't remember that match, but I knew exactly what happened. Me beating the hell out of Maven. So that's just protocol back then.
Maven's had a bit of a renaissance. He's got a really successful channel.
He's got a really successful YouTube channel, and I'm glad for him, man. Maven always was a good dude. You're not going to hear anybody have anything bad to say about Maven. He may say more about himself from a negative perspective than you're going to hear anybody else say about Maven. He really was a good dude. And there again, man, we had a few golf outings, where we got a chance to go out and play. And at that time, I had the golf bug to where, I was taking my clubs on the road with me and everything, but great times.
Let's see. We got another one here. I think before we go to break, this is Heidi Mez 247. I think a first-time super chatter who's now entered into our Christmas Chaos competition. Booker, Virginia loves you. I'm assuming they mean the state. Tell me you have at least one good story about the lover state. State of Virginia, Book.
Yeah, man. You can really truly call it that. You know what I mean? I remember having some great times in Virginia. I don't want to talk about them right now. Today is my lovely wife's birthday.
Happy birthday, Queen, by the way.
My lovely Queen. And we're going to be taking a little excursion here later on. Yeah, man, Virginia was always, a great town. Virginia Beach, was always a good town to go to. So, and hang out and party and whatnot. But I have nothing but good time stories from that part of the country.
Yeah, man, Virginia. I don't think I've ever been to the great state of Virginia, but shout out to them, man. Did y'all hit Virginia a lot when you were on the road? Was that
WCW days? Back in WCW, we used to Virginia all the time.
Okay, yeah. I've never been down to old Virginia, but shout out to them, man. We have another super chat here. We'll get one more in before we go to break. This is from Brian Booker. I recently heard Chris Masters say he had issues with John Cena. I also wonder what happened with Alex Riley. Do you think John Cena was threatened by wrestlers with a similar look?
It's hard for me to actually say that, but I've heard about the issue with Alex Riley. I hadn't heard about anybody else, but Alex Riley pretty much made his pretty much public as far as, the reason why he's not in WWE is because of an issue that he had with John Cena. I don't know what it was. I think John Cena wanted him to go drinking with him or something like that, have a couple of Jack and Cokes. Something. It was something maybe on those lines. And from there, things just didn't work out. But no, man, as far as John Cena goes, I can honestly say this. I'm a Cena fan, all right? I'm a Cena fan because I watched that dude come up in the locker room. I watched that dude be the first guy there and the last guy to leave just about every time, we would show up. When everybody was, had left the locker room, John Cena was the guy in the locker room picking up trash just so the boys wouldn't look bad, to the cleaning crew that had to come in there and clean up. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm not lying. This is true stories. John Cena was the guy that went the extra mile every time. And I always say, you got to be able to trust you. You got to be able to trust you. John Cena was that guy that a company could trust. Yeah, and you can say whatever you want to say about John Cena, but that dude, when it comes to truly being, Mr. No Days Off, he's that dude. He really is. So anybody that's throwing shade or negativity towards John Cena, I'm not riding in that car. I'm just not. Just because, I know this dude and I watched him sit under my learning tree. And if he would have had any kind of attitude, I would have been the first one to know it. You know what I mean? Best of 5 series. I worked with John Cena many, many times. Many times. And that dude didn't do nothing but keep his ears open and try to learn how to be the best in this business. That's why he's where he is today, and I give him a hell of a lot of credit for it.
Yeah, man. John Cena, one of the true greats book. We have more super chats, but we also got to take a break here.
Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. More super chatters, man. Let's keep it rolling.
We're going to keep it rolling with our super chatters here on the show, and our next one comes from Callie Toenail. Callie, what up, ma'am? Thoughts on The Miz possibly turning face against Gunther? Never saw that coming. He's such a good heel. I kind of don't want to see him on the other side. Miz definitely, if you watch Monday Night Raw this week, was leaning to the babyface side in his promos and the way that he was with Ludwig Kaiser. They've tried Miz as a baby before a couple times. Yeah. He is one of the most natural heels in the history of the business, at least in WWE. What do you think, Book?
Miz is a heel. He's a natural heel. But one thing about facing Gunther, he's gonna be the babyface. A lot of people, are gonna be rooting for him just because they want to see Gunther lose. Not that they really want to see the Miz win. They want to see Gunther lose. Just because he's been so dominant. And he's got that European thing going for him as well. Now being the longest reigning, Intercontinental Champion. Of course, the Americans going to want to see him dethroned. It's just a perfect story. You know what I mean? So anybody that go against Gunther right now is, pretty much going to be a babyface.
Yeah, I think that you're at the moment to where Gunther's reign has been so long that you definitely want to see him lose. And what I was going to say about Miz, although yes, Miz as a babyface leaves something like. It's just almost like if the Joker started working with Batman. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, man. You don't want to see Joker in that perspective. So with The Miz as a baby, I always leave my my mind open to anything that they do and see if it catches on. Because the thing about The Miz is, yes, is he a natural heel? But Is he charismatic on the microphone? Absolutely. Could he talk you in to rooting for him? I think that he can. Can he do it as effectively as he can a heel? That will be left to be seen here over the coming weeks. But, Miz is always aces in my book.
No, I always talk about how the Miz, he didn't get anything handed to him. That dude worked, man. He worked. He wasn't the guy that was chosen to be, the face of the company or anything like that. The Miz just kept working and kept working and kept working. That's why I give Miz so much credit. He wasn't the most popular guy in the class, for a long time, but he just kept grinding and kept trying to perfect his craft. And then there again, he became one of those guys that the company could trust to do anything, media, main events, mid-card, whatever you need, put over the stars, whatever you need. I'm that utility go-to guy. And when you become that guy, man, you are a valuable asset to the company. So that's the way I see the Miz.
Yeah, we have another one here. This one comes from M Music. First time super chatter, I do believe, with the $20 that entered into our raffle. We appreciate you, M Music. What up, booking Brad, retired Navy? Well, first of all, then,
you don't mess with my little privates, man.
We salute to you. As a veteran, your day's coming up, man. We appreciate your service to the country. I'm trying to get to my first reality wrestling event. Live in Nevada, grew up in Texas. Does Rey Mysterio keep the United States title, or does Logan Paul take it away from him? I hope not. Put my name in the hat. So your name is in the hat, but about Crown Jewel, Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title book, I think we're going to see a new champion. I know you don't like to book the show, but Logan Paul is the United States champion. It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I'm not going to say, he's going to win it or anything like that, because I don't like booking the show. But if Logan Paul was to win, I wouldn't be shocked or anything like that, because the Maverick is hot, man. The Maverick's hot. And he's got something. Going over there and beating up Dylan Danish, too, that pretty much, put a shine on him at the same time, So
that fight was stupid. That ending.
So for my thing is, if he win it, I would not be surprised one bit. Rey Mysterio is, we don't know how much longer Rey is going to do this. Of course, when you guys, watch Rey come out and do his stuff, he still look like the same Rey Mysterio that we've been watching for years, man. But I'm sure Rey is getting to that point to where he want to perhaps step away from this thing and to pass the torch to someone like Logan Paul. For me, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. And when you think about just all, like you said, the extracurriculars that Logan does when he's doing his podcast, when he's doing the boxing shows, when he's out there doing red carpets or award shows or on TikTok and Instagram, and he's got the U.S. title, it does make a lot of sense from a promotional standpoint.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'd be remiss to not bring this up. We do have more super chats, but the people probably want to know your opinion, because we're big fight fans here, of Tyson Fury versus the Predator Francis Ngannou. Did Ngannou get robbed, Booker? That's what the internet says. That's what I think. I saw the fight. I watched it. I feel like Francis won that fight. What do you think?
That wasn't the question. The question was, did Francis Ngannou get robbed?
Yes.
I think not. Francis Ngannou walked out with a big-ass bag. All right? And I think he proved his point more than anything by having that fight, by getting that fight with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a stand-up dude. I got to give Tyson Fury all the credit in the world, because he could have easily said, nah, I don't want to do this, and left Francis Ngannou out in the middle of an ocean, all the way out in the cold. He could have did that. He said, no, I'm gonna honor what I said, and I'm gonna fight this guy. And he went out there and he fought him. He manned up. Of course, I feel like Francis Ngannou perhaps won the fight, but it would have been really hard to put the World Heavyweight Championship on Francis Ngannou, a guy who's not a notable boxer, not a notable pugilist, and have to, totally re-gear and have to promote this guy opposed to this guy when this guy got another fight coming up in another month or so, with Usyk. So my thing is the title had to stay on Tyson Fury more than anything. Only way that title was to change hands would have been if Tyson Fury wouldn't have got up from that big shot. That's the only way the fight, would have been any different. That's just my opinion.
Well, you know what? It brought out a great crowd, including Eminem, Mike Tyson, and Vince McMahon sitting next to each other. That's a sight I never thought that I would see. So I enjoyed the fight, but I definitely think Francis won that one. Let's get to these super chats because now they're coming in hot and heavy. Richard JR says, 5-way women's title match. Odds is 2-way tie in favor of Zoe Starks and Rhea Ripley at Crown Jewel. What do you think, BT, about that match there? It says, odds for WWE title is Roman retains and Crown Jewel. And then last match odds is Bianca beats Io at Crown Jewel. So, I don't know. I mean, I think Roman retains, but I know you don't like booking the show.
I think the one person to look out for in that whole thing, is, in that match, Zoe Stark, that 5-way women's title match. I think Zoe Stark, you got to keep your eye on her. She's the dark horse in that whole thing. She's the one that hadn't gotten a whole lot of shine out of all of the ladies that's in that 5-way. And if it was someone that could get the rub from that matchup over there, it would be Zoe Stark.
I'm excited to see Crown Jewel. I always like the shows also because they're in the middle of the day. I don't have to wait around all night to watch them. I can watch them while I'm working out and doing stuff. So I'm looking forward to Crown Jewel. Callie Toenail says, BT, are your shoes okay? You were trying your best to plant them things on the ground when they dragged you out of the arena. It says, yo, Boat, your commentary been getting spicy with a thumbs up. They did you wrong, Book. I'm going to be honest with you. They did you dirty.
I got my lawyer working on that.
Yes, I
got my lawyer. I got Walker, the Texas lawyer, working on the case as we speak right now. And he told me he has some good news for me as far as our suit that we're going to be levying Reality of Wrestling with here in the next few weeks.
Well, we're looking forward to the litigation and how it all plays out because for those of you listening and may not have seen on the Reality Wrestling YouTube channel, the most recent episode, it airs here on CW39 in Houston. But if you're watching on YouTube, Booker was unceremoniously banned from ringside and dragged out of the front door by security.
Yeah. But it's all good.
By order of his lovely wife, whose birthday is today.
I got something for her, too. You know what I mean? Got a nice little surprise for her. Not a birthday present either. All right? Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
You don't mess with my little privates, man.
You'll see what happens. You don't mess with BT, man. You never mess with him. This is from Hang 'em High. Just threw $1 out there to be entered in the raffle. I'm assuming
that's euro. That's not a dollar. It's less than $1. It's like 75 cents.
Okay. Is that a euro? Okay. Well, hey, he threw his name in the hat. I will say an international flight for €1. I'm not liking your chances. I just be honest. But we appreciate you. Hang 'em high. We do.
€1. Go ahead.
We appreciate you. Do we have time for another one before we? I
know we have one more.
Okay.
We got time for one more.
This is Alex Cosentino. Conrad Thompson said, shout out to Conrad, Podcast Heat, said that you and Billy Gunn are the two dudes that are deceptively big in person. Who's going to be looking real Jack Baby longer, you or the Ash Man?
It's been a private battle between him and I for years.
Is that true?
Who's going to stay in shape the longest? Every time we see each other, we always bowing up on each other. And I tell you, Billy Gunn, he is deceptively big.
He's massive.
He's a big guy, man. And I don't look at myself like that. I don't think I'm as big as Billy. I'm not as big boned as Billy is. But when you see me now, still, this many years later, I think I'm quite imposing. Still, at this stage of the game because I'm still working out. I'm still in the gym training. Billy Gunn, you can tell he's still in the gym, still training. Al Snow, he's another guy, deceptive as far as how big he is, and still at this stage of the game, he's still training in the gym. So it's still a few Still a few of us out there, working hard, man. Still trying to represent.
Billy Gunn, a massive individual.
Yeah.
Like he really is. Because I think he's also he's got to be 6'4", 6'5".
I think he's like 6'4", yeah.
And at least 260, legit, probably. 250, 260, legit.
Yeah.
He's a bastard.
I just look big. I'm not heavy, yeah.
Yeah, well, we got to take a break. We have a couple more Super Chats that are coming in and a few other things to talk about. So let's
stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you tell some stories from your Royal Rumble appearance? I'm assuming he means this year. Did anyone pop when they saw you backstage before your entrance? And what was the reception when you came back from the ring? I know you got something. Dig it.
Well, no one saw me backstage beforehand, but a couple of guys. And they had to be shocked because we were in Gorilla. I came right from the table. I was doing the kickoff show. And I had to come right from the table straight to the dressing room, literally get dressed real quick, and then go right to Gorilla. Because by the time I got to Gorilla, we were actually going into the ring. And I can honestly say, man, I was not prepared. I was not, I wasn't mentally ready for that walk. I didn't get a chance to stretch. I didn't get a chance to jump rope. I didn't get a chance to do push-ups. I didn't get a chance to do anything but go straight to the ring, baby all, and go straight to the ring. And I must say, I was scared. I was nervous. All the same feelings that I've always got when I walked to the ring. I was always nervous. I was always scared. Palms always sweaty. And the same thing happened on that night. But, rest assured, I say my little prayer before I go out. Everything works out okay. It was a good night. It was really, really cool watching, the guys, the young guys, like Sheamus, because Sheamus was popping the whole time I was in the ring. He had actually took a squat in the corner just to watch me do the spinneroonie, and he had his hand over his face because he was trying to keep from laughing and trying to keep from smiling. And that moment right there, I think I remember that more than anything. And, and then getting tossed out, man. It was a great night. It was a great night for
me. When you walk through the, the countdown happens, boom, your music hits, can you dig it, sucker? And you walk out. I mean, San Antonio gave you a nice pop, man. That had to feel great.
It did. It felt great, man. You never know how they're going to react to you. And for me, it was one of those things. People, they didn't care if if I won the Rumble or anything like that. They just want to see me. It's kind of like when I came back, in 2011. I was wondering if they were going to, be there for me. And man, it was over the moon. And I was like, wow, man, they still love me. So I think that's the only thing that we're looking for as performers. And that's just confirmation that the fans appreciate what we did for them.
I think a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, it was you campaigned somewhat in a tongue-in-cheek manner, in like a joking manner, for about 3 or 4 years. I think it was always the joke on this show when you had WWE backstage, even on the pre-show countdowns, the kickoff shows rather. You would always be like, "I'm waiting on my invite. Where's my invite? I'm checking the mail. Postman hadn't come yet." It was always a joke. Now, let me ask you this. What went through your mind when you got the call for the invite?
Humbling, man. Still, same thing, just humbling. Yeah. I don't get too far ahead of myself or anything like that. I was like, wow, I got a chance to do it one more time. That's the only thing I was thinking. When you get moments like that, you take them. I always tell everybody, I don't have any itch to scratch, all right, at all, as far as getting back in the ring or anything like that. But when somebody call you and you prepared to actually go out and do the job, you step up to the plate and you get it done. Even now today, like I say, we go. I mean, they're over there in Saudi right now, but if they called me right now for a match in Saudi, I just want to throw it out there. Saudi, if you can hear me, find the emails because Booker T was.
If you're listening.
If you're listening. You know what I mean? Find the emails because Booker T is talking about coming to Saudi. I know they love the old hits over there in Saudi, you know what I mean? So, hey, I'm available.
Now, look, I'm not asking you to divulge any information, okay? You don't even have to say anything to what I'm about to say. But I heard It was the first Saudi show. You were there. It was the
Yeah.
greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. The Crown Prince, MBS, I believe this is who made the ask, wanted to have Yokozuna on the show. And I don't know if anybody smartened him up as to, Yoko, rest in peace to the great Yokozuna. Yoko not around to make that walk, anymore. He's always with him in spirit, obviously, one of the greats of all time. So they found some random sumo wrestler who was in the greatest Royal Rumble, I guess, to fill the void that was left by Yokozuna. And I don't know if they ever smartened up the Crown Prince that was not.
He still don't know to this day that was Yoko.
Well, I don't even know what that guy's name was, but like.
Oh my God, I remember that, man. That's where the first. What's crazy was that was the first one we did, and I thought it would be like a huge commentary table, with all kind of jewels and everything. We just had a regular table and some chairs. It was crazy. I was like, what's going on? Where's all the money? You know what I mean? We were staying at a palace, you know what I mean? But it was nuts, man. It was nuts.
Yeah. And the man's name was Hiroki Sumi.
Yeah.
Hiroki Sumi. And we did not see Hiroki.
Never seen him again.
And you know what? He lasted 46 seconds, which is how they were like, oh, look, this is what we need you to do. We just need you to go in there.
Can you go over the top rope? And how quick can you do it?
Hiroki, man. Hiroki, look, he had one job to do. And the thing was, they wanted it to be quick because they didn't want anybody getting wise to what was going on.
Bro, hey, man, whatever works. Look, we'll give you what you want. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? You want Madonna? We'll find Madonna. You know what I mean?
We'll find a pre-BBL and everything. We'll find a 25-year-old Madonna, the one from A League of Her Own, like a virgin Madonna. We'll find
whatever you need. Like I said, I'm putting it out there. Y'all need Booker T. You need some hits. I got a few of them. I got a couple of hits.
We have another super chat here. This comes from Shay. What's up, Shay? How do you feel about Dragunov being an option to dethrone Gunther, or seeing Dragunov versus Cody?
Yeah, man, we had Ilya on our 5 Minutes of Fame, and Ilya said that was the match that he would love to have against Gunther at WrestleMania. That's the ultimate matchup for him. And I tell you, I questioned that match a year or so ago before I got to NXT and before I got a chance to experience what Ilya Dragunov is really, really, truly all about. But that dude can work with anybody. He can work with anybody in the world, and you're going to believe it. Win or lose, he's going to bring 110%. Whether he win or not, you're still going to love the match, and you're going to be pulling for him to win in the future, just because that's the type of guy he is. He's the type of guy that you're going to look back 20 years and go, and you meet him at one of these conventions, and he's the guy that's going to still be able to make tears come out of your eyes because he made you feel a certain way when you watched him those many years ago. So, yeah, man, I'm a true believer in Ilya Dragunov. I don't care if he worked with Cody Rhodes, or I just want to see that dude get to the main roster and get there in due time, and totally just kill it when he get there. That's what I see in that kid.
Well, he had a great match at Halloween Havoc. By the way, the NXT Halloween Havoc this year was probably the best one they've done. Both weeks.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Great show from top to bottom.
Great shows. Guys went out there and worked, man. Kicked the match off with that table ladders and scares match. Creed Brothers, and those guys went out there and
worked
and rocked it.
And they were on Raw this week too.
Yeah, I'm serious, man. Those guys, big ups to those guys, man. Like I said, I feel like the Creed Brothers are like generational tag team that could break pretty much all the records one day, man. They're young enough, they're strong enough, they're athletic enough. They got every tool to actually go out there and be one of the all-time greats.
Yeah. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to the Creed brothers, and shout out to all the NXT talent. Like you said, that Tables, Ladders, and Scares. Shout out to Scarlett and Shotzi for doing a great job as the MCs of Halloween Havoc. I like the wheel, spinning the wheel, make the deal kind of gimmick that they had over the 2 weeks. So
yeah, and then Isla Dawn and Alba Fire picked up the second half too. So big ups to those girls.
As far as let's see, it's Crown Jewel this weekend. I was going to say the Greatest Royal Rumble. As far as Crown Jewel goes, is there anything else that you're looking forward to, or you really like the two big matches I'm looking forward to the most are Roman and LA Knight and Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio, I just want to see what they do from an in-ring perspective. And again, it doesn't get bigger box office than Roman and LA Knight right now. You're talking about the top guy in the company and the top merch mover.
Yep. Cena and Solo as well.
Cena and Solo, yeah, that's another good one.
That's another one that definitely gonna, it's a top billing like match, as well as giving someone like Solo Sikoa the rub. Working with someone like John Cena. John's in that position that I was in when he first started. So to be able to go out there and do it, it's awesome. And now still being on that little break, because of the actor strike. Perfect timing for him to actually come out here and still, do what he loved doing so much. So big ups to John Cena.
Well, you know what? I mean, that wraps us up really for this edition of the show. Now, if you're listening on the podcast, you're about to hear the 5 minutes of fame. But our ESPN radio fans, we appreciate y'all. It was a great World Series, but we're glad to be back on the air.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got to get up out of here, man. Big ups to the Texas Rangers going out there and man, those boys. Did they do it? Did they do it big? They almost swept them. Almost swept them boys.
Gentlemen's sweep.
I tell you, man, what a hell of a season those guys had. And it's all about Texas, baby. It's all about Texas. Everything, and I mean everything, is big in Texas, baby. We got to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, all the super channels. Appreciate you guys stepping inside the Hall of Fame. We got that big raffle going down, guys, here very, very shortly. Who's going to make the trip to Houston, Texas? Who's going to make the trip to reality of wrestling, get a chance to hang out with the Road Nation? So, guys, get ready. It's going to be good. But Bradley, for all the heavy lifting, I appreciate you. And like I always say, guys, till next time, peace, we love you. We out.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership.
This is one of the all-time best pieces of advice ever given on the show.
Actor Rainn Wilson.
The number one thing that psychologists point to with young people of why they are struggling so much in this mental health epidemic is they don't have resilience. So how do you build resilience if you don't understand suffering itself?
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hi there. Sorry for the interruption, but are you enjoying this show on Google Podcasts? You should know that the Google Podcasts app is going away this spring. That's right, going away, gone as in no longer available. You can still enjoy this show elsewhere though. Try out Spotify or Amazon Music, or maybe TuneIn is more your style. Whatever app you switch to, be sure to follow so you never miss the next episode. And thanks for listening, wherever you listen.